Welcome to my channel, Snips by Kelly. I'm Kelly and it's time to hop. It's the second Friday of the month and it is our monthly YouTube sketch hop where 8 creators from different backgrounds come together and they each do their take on a chosen sketch. I've chosen the Storybook Life Scrapbooking Workshop Kit as the ingredient for my take on today's sketch because I have to start working on my scrapbooking workshop anyway. So this is a wonderful workshop that has a garden, country, vintage, storybook vibe. It's all those things. It has that 12 by 12 sticker sheet with some title opportunities, a 12 by 12 punch out sheet, 6 double-sided pattern papers that again lend themselves to country, earthy tones, a little bit of vintage elements in there. There's even some plaid. And then there are 4 extra specialty papers that are only found in the workshop kit that can't be found separately in the designer series paper. So we have a little plaid and some strawberries there. There's also some cardstock included in the scrapbooking workshop kit. It's two-toned white core. And then of course for my workshop, I'm going to be adding the Storybook Life coordinating cardstock, which is 12 additional sheets. We won't need all of that today. And then there's some great vintage pearls that coordinate with this set as well. Today's sketch was chosen by Nicole Santos and it is by Janessa Franco for Paper Issues. And it's my jam. It is a large background. I love large backgrounds. And then a few clusters. This won't be a tough one today. It's going to be an easy, fun one. So I have some photos here of my granddaughter Hattie Elaine's birthday party. And she chose to have a country or county fair birthday party. She is our 4-H girl, animal lover, farm girl, all things country. And Nicole said that our theme should be favorite things. So all things country are Hattie Elaine's favorite things. Now, thinking about what I wanted to do today, I was thinking back over the years and I love this style. I love having an oversized element in the background with a feature photo, especially for the left page or for a single page layout, and then doing more functional photo opportunities on the right page. I love being able to feature a photo or two with a large oversized element in the background. And I've done it all. Mason jars, globes, cameras, suitcases, lots of circles, Minnie Mouse, wheelbarrows. Oh my goodness, I've done it all and I love this style. So I feel like this sketch was particularly chosen for me. We're going to have so much fun and I have a couple ideas rattling around in that brain of mine of what we can use for the oversized background. Now, when I'm doing oversized background, I often go to Design Space or to my Cricut just for sizing so that I'm not struggling with how large or how small the background should be. So often I will go to Design Space and I will actually open a 12 by 12 square to represent my background paper. And then I will find an image and try to size that image just to get my base of my layout. So my idea today is to use an old barn. I feel like the old barn in Cherry Cobbler would go perfect with this set and some of those country things like the strawberries and the little bunnies and those kinds of things. So I'm thinking that I will have a colorful background, maybe the strawberry pattern in the background that would be 12 by 12, probably a gutted frame, and then maybe a base piece that's about 11 inches. I may have more than one base piece, but this is enough for me to get the sizing. Now I can play with that barn and I can kind of figure out how large that barn should be and how large I should cut that barn. And I can also sort of figure out now what size photos are going to fit inside that element. So I can probably do 2 that are like 3 by 4 or 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. I could probably do one that was 4 by 6. I could do a 4 by 4 with some kind of decorative element on the side. And it sort of just helps me get a vision for what I'm going to need for that large overlay. So large overlays are very easy to make on the Cricut. And of course, circles are a go-to. You can even make circles with a paper plate and cut out a circle and then rough up the edges with an edge distresser. There's so many things that you can do. So I'm just playing around here to figure out my photo sizes and what I might do. And I think that gives me a great base idea. Now I will link in the description this design space file with this exact barn, just in case you want to replicate the page. But of course, we're talking country, we're talking county fair, we're talking vintage, we're talking Hattie Elaine's favorite thing. So we're going to distress all of the edges with pecan pie. So I'm using a mini ink blending tool and I'm going to distress all the pieces, parts and pieces of the barn. And then I want to put the barn together as a focal element. I envision popping the barn up with foam tape and then arranging the photos and the clusters on the barn. I think that's just how easy this is going to be. When you have a really large, oversized focal element in the background, not much more is needed, right? Because it takes up all of the space, and a few little clusters or a few little sticker elements here or there will be all that you need. Now, this particular file came with some added extra little bits, and had I known that it was going to cut that way, I probably would have sliced those bits out of the front and then added a background, because I don't like to mess with little pieces, but I didn't want to waste this gorgeous cherry cobbler cardstock. The cherry cobbler cardstock from Stampin' Up! Is one of my absolute favorite colors in all of their color collections. So what I'm going to do is use the negative space or the negative piece that came out of this image so that I can place those pieces in exactly the right spot. So I go through and I place all those little bits into their corresponding holes. And then I feel like I get the perfect fit for the barn. I'm going to actually come over the top of those added pieces, and they look like plywood, right? Like a plywood front of the barn. So I'm going to distress the front of that a little bit more with just a little bit of pecan pie, and I'm in love already. It's adorable. I just absolutely love that, and it's going to coordinate perfectly with all of the parts and pieces of Storybook Life. So now I'm just kind of trying to decide, and I can't decide. So I might go with a 4x4. I might go with two 3x4s, or two that are 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, so that I can have a photo mat on that and still have a white background. But I'm just kind of shopping all of the patterns here. There's a lot of possibilities of what could go behind the barn, but ooh la la, that strawberry paper is my all-time favorite. I really love that. I really like this crisscross as well, to tone it down and bring in the earthy tones and the little country vibe. So for Hattie Elaine's county fair party, my daughter brought in palettes and put all kinds of photos on the palettes. And of course, all of the photos were of Hattie Elaine showing her bunnies, showing her sheep, doing all of her county fair things. We brought in some of my homemade jam and added it to the table. And then my son-in-law and my daughter made all kinds of county fair games, like the duck pond game and the knock over the milk jugs and the little dart games and pop the balloon games, and so much fun, so clever. My daughter is the queen of theme parties, and I think I created a monster. I did not do near as much as she did when she was little, but she has taken it to a whole other level. She throws the best parties. So I have landed on an 11 by 11 willow white piece, and then a 10 3/4 by 10 3/4 crisscross piece. And I think that's going to be the perfect country combination. And of course, I've inked all the edges, or I am going to ink all the edges if I haven't already. And then I really think that this sweet will go well. There's another sticker on there that says you are, I think it says you are so, and then sweet. But I think it's just a little bit of an off color. I think it's Calypso Coral. And because I went with the Cherry Cobbler, which isn't even part of the coordinating colors, it is a coordinating color, but it isn't part of the coordinating two-tone cardstock pack. But the strawberries have that rich cherry look in it. And so I really love that Cherry Cobbler for the barn. It just goes really well. And it ties all of that together with the gingham tablecloths and the paper plates and the sunflowers and all of those things that are in Hattie's party. Now, of course, we don't just want to slap this on and be done. We want to do a couple little interesting elements. We don't have to do much, right? We're going to barely have to do anything, and this layout is going to be done. But I think I'm going to poke a couple holes here, do a little bit of tearing, and have a little bit of that distressed blue plaid sticking out below. And then we'll still put some stickers or a cluster or something up in that upper corner to kind of come right over the top of that little tattered piece. It just goes with the country vibe, and I think it will fit perfectly, and it adds interest to the page instead of just a cluster and calling it good. So I'm going to really distress around that outer edge. And then I'm going to come back in with a small little strip of plaid. And I think I can get by with basically an inch. I think I can just get by with an inch or an inch and a quarter. So I'm going to cut a strip of that plaid and just add that to the background. Of course, I'll want to distress it. I'm just going to tear a little bit of it off, and I don't want to waste my strip, so I'll probably use a couple other little strips somewhere else on the layout. I'm not sure how I'll incorporate it, but somehow as just a little added interest. So I'm going to distress the edges of that so that when it's peeking through the hole or the tattered tear, it looks distressed as well. So I'm just going to add that to the base and adhere that down, and then lay that overlay right over the top and get it positioned right so that it just shows the flannel or the little plaid in the background. And that's going to be perfect. I love it already. It just really goes with Hattie's country love. She's always been a lover of learning, a lover of everything country. She loves figuring things out. She's so good at so many things. And I know that I'm her grandma and I sound like I'm bragging, but she truly has a talent. It's a super big area of interest for her. So I'm so happy that they live on a farm and they're able to do those things. And I really think 4-H is amazing for kids and for just building character. And her little friend in the picture is her best friend, Kinsley. And her friend Kinsley has her little 4-H shirt on, and she wore her little 4-H shirt to the party, which I thought was so festive and fun. And then there's this lovely, lovely country bundt cake place that makes these delicious bundt cakes. And so we made had strawberry bundt cake, mini bundt cakes made for her birthday. So I think instead of a large cluster, I'm gonna go and make it super easy and go with this large strawberry sticker element. I think that's perfect. I don't think we need to cluster a whole bunch of things up there. I think because we're going with simple country vibe, maybe a flower in the lower right, a strawberry in the upper left, and then just like the sketch shows, it shows clusters in a triangle. So we'll do something that's over above sweet. So I think that we can probably use a little bit more of that tattered flannel or the plaid, and then maybe we can find a small element either on the sticker sheet or on the punch outs to add to that sweet title. There's this little tab here, so I've dirtied that up with the pecan pie and added that over on the right. I think I can just add the date to that and then somehow add this plaid in there. I'm thinking maybe making it into two little torn banners and then maybe adding some kind of a little interesting element on the top there. There's no need to really overthink a layout like this. Sometimes we always feel like we have to add more, but this is simple. This is one of those that you can get by and you can look more fabulous than you really are because the background itself steals the show. The barn is all it. So whether you're using an oversized camera, a globe, a suitcase, a porthole, a ship, there's so many things, a large mason jar, a floral bouquet, balloons, no matter what you choose as your large element in the background, you can just oversize that and use your Cricut design space if you need to size that. I love doing that so that I don't cut 3 different versions until I actually get them the right size. I actually can test it out on the Cricut and know that it's going to fit perfectly before I cut and I waste the paper. So I'm just going to fussy cut a little strawberry cluster right out of that background paper, dirty up the edges of that, and I think I'm going to take a pen, a marker, something, and I'm going to curl the leaves so that the leaves curl back around and they bend around the sweet, and I think that's going to be so cute. It feels so country and so cute, and it's going perfectly with Hattie Elaine's country fair party. I think we're doing it. I think it's looking good, but no layout is complete until you've added the bling. So I'm going to add a few of the beautiful vintage pearls here, just a few around each of the areas. And then of course I'm going to journal. There's a lot of different things that I could do for journaling. I could add, an additional circle or a heart or something like that, but I really think I'm just going to use journal strips across the bottom. I don't have a ton to say. I just want to talk about Hattie's birthday and the theme, and that she played fair games and all the different things that she did. So I'm actually going to pull out some journal strips. These are old, close to my heart journal strips that already have adhesive on the back, and I love them. I hope that Stampin' Up! Comes out with them, but you can simply create cardstock strips. I did that for years and it works great. I'm going to toggle these strips and add my writing on that. Add the date over on the upper right and another little pearl up there, and guess what? I'm getting happy. I'm getting happy. I love it. So simple. It's a wonderful sketch. I love the sketch. So thank you to Nicole Santos. Now be sure that you watch all of the other ladies and their creative take on the same sketch. I guarantee you it's going to be so much fun. And each of their videos is linked in the description, and it's also linked on a card embedded within this video, so you can check out the entire playlist from the Sketch Hop, and make sure that you come back again the second Friday of next month to see our Sketch Hop month after month. Hit like, subscribe, the notifications bell, share, and shoot me a comment and let me know what you think about today's sketch and my take on the sketch. And let me know if you have any other ideas for oversized backgrounds. I would love to hear them and give them a try. Happy scrapping, everyone. Come back soon for more right here on Snips by Kelly.